Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thank you for checking in. Hope everyone out there is doing and feeling alright today. I'm changing up the scene, admittedly. I'm filming at the desk today, which is a first. Normally I don't film here, but this is the base of operations. This is where all the good stuff happens. I got my radio microphone there, and you can't really see it, but there's this lamp right there. And here I am, and in this orange rectangular thing is what they call Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. But wait, review bra! That's not what it's called. You're wrong. They call it the deep dish pizza, right? They used to, but they don't anymore. And that's actually what the basis for this review is. Not that exclusively, but I would like to explain what's going on here. So, Little Caesars, if you've watched some of my recent reviews, you know that they did the whole, well, what happened with the pepperoni, where they said that there was a 30% increase or whatever it was, a 33% increase of pepperoni or something like that on the pizza, and it didn't have that, and I was frustrated, and I vented out my frustrations quite harshly, and, you know, it was how it was. I was disappointed, I was let down. Well, Little Caesars is back in the fast food news, that is, because they're making a few adjustments to their menu. Places do this from time to time. What they're doing, of course, they have their famous Detroit-style deep dish pizza. For a while, they called it the deep dish pizza. They have changed the name, though. It is no longer the deep dish pizza. Now it's just Detroit-style deep dish pizza. And you might be saying, well, all right, it's just a change of a name, so what's the big deal about this? I realized, you know, as I was looking around, I was kind of hungry for pizza, to be honest. And I realized, you know, it's been 6 years since I've even reviewed their deep dish pizza. And I thought to myself, well, I've actually been seeing in the comments already, some people were saying, can you retry this? I'm kind of wondering how this is in 2022. So I thought, why not? I'm going to get their Detroit-style deep dish pizza. I'm going to get it how I normally get it. I'm just getting it with pepperoni. And let's see how it holds up. Why not? If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. We're going to tell it as we see it. A few notes about this pizza. The Detroit-style deep dish pizza. It's a deep dish pizza, obviously, so it's thicker. All right, it's going to be a bit more probably doughy, if I had to guess. Still comes with their sauce, their cheese. I got it with pepperoni on it. You could get it with any toppings that you want. And again, it's just a thicker pizza. One thing also that should be mentioned, Pizza Hut, they did the Detroit-style pizza. I guess they did it earlier in the year. Well, last year, that is. And obviously they had the sauce on top of the pizza. This is not that way. So I think if you are familiar with the Pizza Hut Detroit-style pizza, you may be familiar with the concept of the sauce being on top of everything. That is not the case here. The sauce is underneath the cheese, as you'd see with any other pizza. Price for this was $12, and it should also be mentioned for anyone interested, it has 2,770 calories per pizza. One thing that I want to mention, and we'll see how this turns out, you know, it's a rarity these days, which is why I want to bring it up. Little Caesars actually apologized for the mishap, and they sent me a little something, and whether this is good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. We'll find out. But if it's good, we'll see what's in there. But, you know, either way, if this item is absolutely horrible, I'm going to say it's horrible. But what I did want to say is that it's just nice that they apologized. Customer service these days is, you know, well, look, I'm not even that old, and it's not what it used to be. But, it's just a lot of the time, I think with so many fast food companies, the quality of everything is going down for one reason or another, and the attitude is essentially just this sort of, just deal with it, you know, what do you expect? And that's kind of become the standard, unfortunately, so to actually see a place essentially own up to their mistake and apologize. It was very unexpected, and good customer service, it's hard to find. Alright, let me show you the box first before we open it. Standard, promoting the delivery with the beast on the moped right there. Let's see how it's looking. The deep... No, it's not. It's the Detroit-style deep dish pizza. So there it is. I don't know what's going on with the one slice over there. It looks like it comes in the 8 slices. But I don't know, that slice on the lower left is a little suspect, to tell you the truth. But in the end, we're not going to be judging this pizza based on its appearance alone. We want to find out if it tastes good. But there you can see, that's what it looks like. There's me with it. Pepperoni. Let's get a glimpse of this. I'm going to go with this slice here. And you'll get a better look at it. You can see how it's thicker cut. There's that little bake on the crust there. My hands are kind of greasy, otherwise this would be in slightly better focus. So I apologize. Actually, have I a greaseless finger? No, I do. So that's what it looks like. That said, got my plate here, but I think I'm just going to eat over the box. Why not? We'll do it Little Caesars style. The Detroit style deep dish pizza, 2022 edition going in. Those are 2 fingers I was holding up. I just want to take one quick look at this one slice here, because I'm certain that the thoughts of the pizza won't leave my mind, but I don't know what happened to this slice. That's the one slice that I said looked a little suspect. I don't know what happened there. I think it's just how they cut it. It doesn't look like anyone had a snack on it or anything, so I think it's just how it got cut. That's what it looks like to me. Alright. That said, let's close this box up. Well, as good as we can. What does it taste like? Good news, despite any issues in terms of appearance, which again, that one slice it is what it is. I think it's just how it happens to turn out. I'm happy with it overall. I am indeed. It's been a while since I had the deep dish pizza from Little Caesars, but I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how it turned out. And the thing you have to realize, of course, is that when you bite into it, there's going to be more, it's going to be more doughy, it's going to be more chewy, there's just going to be more of everything there. So as I'm biting in, of course, you know, you're going to be really noticing a lot more dough there. Thick crust, but there's a nice little bake to the crust too, which is just a good, it helps offset some of just the chewiness and all of that, so it just doesn't get too doughy. It just adds a little texture to it all. I like the sauce. The sauce from Little Caesars is something that I've always been a fan of, and pretty much in every review of theirs that I do, I say, well, I like the sauce, because it's good. It's a very robust, hearty tomato sauce, marinara blend, and it's just very nice. It helps offset the greasiness of the cheese and the pepperoni. Pepperoni, might I add, has a little bit of spice to it, and it just helps offset everything. The sauce is really the star of this dish, in my opinion, aside from, of course, the base and all of that. But in terms of the ingredients on the pizza, I think the sauce is where it's at. Still greasy, salty, and oily, so that's why I'm sipping at the water. But overall, I think all things considered, it's still good. It's as I remember it, and like I said, it's been a while since I've had this pizza. I mean, normally when I would go to Little Caesars, lately I've been getting the extra most bestest pizzas. Now, years ago, back in 2015 and 2016, I was a big fan of the deep dish. Then I stopped getting them, and this is probably the first one I've had in years, quite frankly, and I'm happy with it. Appearance-wise, you could say, yeah, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing thing. Indeed, of course, when you look at it, you got the giant slice, and you have the slice next to it that looked like it was gnawed on. But, again, just by examining it, I think it's just how it was cut. I think maybe they had a little trouble cutting it or something, and that's just how it played out. But, again, I'm just not here to give an item a bad rating just because it looks a certain way. It all depends on really how the entire thing plays out, and if it's just a good item in general, if it tastes good, if it's as advertised, etc. And indeed, no false advertising to be seen here. It's what they said that it is. It tastes good, and I'm happy with it. So, if you want to call this the Little Caesars redemption arc, I guess you can call it that. Out of 10, therefore, price-wise, you know, $12. But it's a big pizza. I mean, volume-wise and certainly calorie-wise. So I'd say the price is fair. All things considered, I would give the Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars an 8 out of 10. Now, you might be saying, you know, all right, what did they send you, Review Bra? They bought you out, didn't they? No, they didn't. Well, you'll find out in a minute here. Honestly, if the pizza was bad, I would say it's terrible. And every review that I do is independent of itself. So, for instance, yeah, this turned out to be a nice item, a good item, but the next thing they release, whatever it is, I mean, let's say they release the, I don't know, the all anchovy pizza or something, and it's just god-awful. I'm gonna say it's god-awful, regardless of what's in here. You know how it is. Every review is independent of itself, but I think they've reclaimed their any honor that was lost with the last video. This is just what they sent. It's nothing big. You could see just a cool little tin there, and inside, if I can get this open, let's find out. There we go. Inside, they sent a new tie. Imagine that. I guess they said, well, you threw the old one on the ground, and now you got another one. That you could do whatever you want. I guess you could throw that on the ground, too, or you can wear it, or I could eat it if I want to. I'm not going to. But, yeah. New Little Caesars tie. I guess I'll put it on. Why not? I hated the last thing, so I took the tie off and threw it on the ground. And now for this one, I'll put this tie on to close out the video. Why not? I know it's a little silly, but let's just go for it. What the heck, right? You'll see the ever so rare tying. I always go with half Windsor knot. Okay. And there you have it. The Little Caesars tie makes a return. A different Little Caesars tie. Like I said, they sent a different one. So there you have it. Little Caesars, you did good. A nice pizza. Certainly worthy of bringing the tie back. And there you have it. Like I said, though, you know the way it goes. If you've watched this long enough, you know each video, it's independent of itself. But thank you, Little Caesars. So no matter what, a good product, but for customer service as well, something that is lacking these days, and it's appreciated, so thank you. And with that, that's all that I have for you. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm your host, the Report of the Week.